Hello. I want to start off just by reading part of Psalm 126. When the Lord brought back the captives to Zion, we were like men who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Restore our fortunes, O Lord, like streams in the Negev. It's really interesting that God had promised to the exiles that they would return. We think probably this is talking about the Babylonian return, but it could actually be any one of the number of times that the people of Israel found themselves oppressed and scattered. And when they return, they don't say, this is just what God promised. So well done, God. We were expecting it. They say, we were like men who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter. There's joy in their hearts. There's song bubbling out of them. And when we talk about dreaming of something, and hence this background, when we talk about dreaming of something, it's not something we expect. It's not just a state of, okay, rock steady, I was expecting this, and sure enough, here we go. There's a joy and an excitement because it goes beyond what we could have hoped. Things are better than we could have expected. And this is where we can set our sights with God. I spoke on Sunday and in last week's newsletter about praying bold prayers and about setting our sights on high things, on big dreams, which wouldn't it be wonderful if God did them? The great news is that when God really answers prayers, it can be like that dream. It can be so far beyond what we even imagined, and he loves to fill our hearts with joy. Just this morning, I had a really unexpected opportunity. One of the workmen who was in our house just completing the accessibility work. He mentioned that his kid had come back from an RE lesson saying, oh yeah, I was learning about Jesus. And he was like, oh, who's Jesus? Oh, well, he died on the cross and he rose again. And he was like, I don't know what I think about that. And it was like a gift. 25 minutes, we just sat down and we talked about the gospel, and I encouraged him to watch an Alpha film. And it was just like a gift. And I thought, this is, I'm unable to go out. And like a gift, God has led somebody to me. And we've had 25 minutes of just talking about Jesus Christ and how he really did rise from the dead and how it changes our lives. That was just a small dream fulfilled. What are the big dreams that we want to see fulfilled? The other question, of course, is how do we then go about preparing for that? And the rest of the psalm continues here. Restore our fortunes, O Lord, like streams in the Negev. Those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. He who goes out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with him. And so I want this to be our encouragement for this week and for the time ahead. Sow generously. For some of you, that will be a process of sowing with tears. Some of you work in workplaces where the atmosphere is really, really heavy at the moment, and fair enough, because some of you have seen unprecedented levels of death and suffering. Some of you may be in family situations that are far from ideal or far from simple. Some of you may find that your friends have changed or are in really difficult situations, and the process of sowing the gospel may feel like it is one of sowing in tears. I want to encourage you that those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy, and that can be our expectation. And when God does it, we will be like men who dream. Our mouths will be full of laughter, our hearts will be full of song. Set your sights on God's big dreams.